wife 33 years ago for a scuba diving club. And we have had two sons. They're now 21 and 25. And then things got kind of ugly last year. On January 7th, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I felt off. Something was wrong, so I got up to go have a drink of water. And I didn't even make it up past my bedroom door. I collapsed at the bottom of our stairs. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes till I could crawl to my son's room and get his help. I would spend the next 2.5 months in Ascension, Seton, Maine, and Bellseton Med Center, and the doctors had no idea what was going wrong. We identified that I had a stroke, and I kept having more. Ultimately, I had at least 10 strokes. We stopped counting at some point. And my therapy at the hospital involved my occupational and physical therapist lifting me out of bed and moving me to a chair where I would sit until it hurt too much. Then came the delusion. There were time-traveling assassins trying to kill me and my family. I overthrew a troll as the king of the amusement park where he lived, and he kept trying to disrupt my reign. When I was in a rehab hospital, I thought it was a veterinary clinic, and I was a horse. They were really weird. Even before all this happened, I was a happiness nerd. I would read Csikszentmihalyi and Seligman, Deneb and Peterson, Albert Brooks. Clayton Christensen of the Harvard Business School wrote a book and asked, "How will you measure your life?" Which was a great question that was really no longer theoretical for me. I thought I was going to die. I was sure I was going to die. As the delusions passed, I started meditating so that I couldn't move either leg, my left arm, or speak, or eat. There was not a lot else I could do. I couldn't even hold my Kindle or my phone. That helped a lot. And the really odd thing I discovered was I was happier than I had ever been, which seems very non-intuitive. So I want to share what helped. It's not just for people in crisis, so I think it might be valuable for you all too. The first thing is gratitude. One of the very first things I did when I could start writing is a friend gave me a gratitude journal. And every night I started writing down 3 things that happened during the day that I was grateful for. One of my early entries has the mind-shattering entries. I drank water, which was radical at that point. So the view from my window is green and lets me believe in life. And my brother read to me. He was reading me at the time, I believe it was Mickey 7, which is now a really nice movie, Mickey 17, if you want to see it. And that was enough. That's enough gratitude. The second thing is community. I had a lot of visits from friends, classmates, Mike Nash from 81, David Bewley from 81, a lot of friends of my son's parents of my son's friends, folks who I didn't really know, but came to visit just because they wanted me to know they cared. Trying to, especially when you're feeling down, ask for friends to visit, socialize, be there with people, and try to cultivate at least 5 deep friendships. The third thing I found was nature. Getting out to parks or trails. A lot of trails in Austin have accessible trails. The Hill Country Conservancy, the first at least 100 yards of every one of their trailheads is wheelchair accessible, so I got out to a bunch of those. And I have a dream. There is a live oak tree in my neighborhood that is over a century old, and it's at the end of a windy, hilly trail. And I'm hoping I will get good enough at walking to go see that tree again. So here is something really wild. We don't actually remember the event that happened. What we remember is the last time we recalled it. And so each time you revisit a memory, you can make it just a little bit kinder to yourself, a little more hopeful, like a small shift in perspective, a different detail or a softer interpretation. You gently reshape how that memory lives in your mind. The other big thing that kills a lot of people is rumination, thinking too much about the past or worrying about the future, leaving you into a downward spiral of thinking. You cannot think that, you can't avoid it. It's like the pink elephant. You can't avoid thinking about it because you think about it to think about not thinking about it. Now, try the rest of the day to not think about the pink elephant. What you have to do with rumination is let it wash over you and go past you, set it aside. Let those thoughts happen. Be the stone in the riverbed. You're still there. The river goes over you. So I want to leave you with 2 things. Except I just scrolled my phone off my script and I can't read them. The 2 things are there's a thought and an activity, a challenge. The thought is that you can find joy in the darkest of places. Trust me, I did that. All you have to do is see it, even when things are bad. And the last one is the challenge, which is start your gratitude practice tonight. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Things that you're really grateful for. Even if they're tiny stuff like the barbecue was good at lunch. Which, by the way, it wasn't. Above all, embrace joy.
Thank you.